What's up, guys? It's your boy X coming at you with another video. Today we're going to talk about how to become a tattoo artist. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see everyone's smiling faces. And today we're going to talk about how you become a tattoo artist. There's right ways and there are wrong ways to do it. So a good place to start our discussion will be to address the current state of the tattoo industry. The current state of the tattoo industry, in my opinion, is completely oversaturated by artists. And there are more artists and shops popping up all over the world every day. And the reasons for that are just readily available information on Google, YouTube, as well as equipment that you can just order on Amazon. People ordering up tattoo kits on the internet, having them sent to their house, and all of a sudden they're a tattoo artist. But you know, you gotta learn how to crawl before you walk. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. There are two ways to go about getting into the industry. There is the correct way, in my opinion, which is to get an apprenticeship. And there's the hard way, which is struggling and becoming a self-taught artist. So let's talk about what is an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is a system of training in which a new practitioner or apprentice is learning to become a tattoo artist by a seasoned artist that has extensive knowledge on the tattoo industry. So guys, why should we get an apprenticeship? Because you want to try to start your career on the strongest footing that you can. And learning by yourself, it's very easy to fall into pitfalls early on. Just things that would be easily avoided if you had a mentor there who's experienced, who's gone through all the things that you're going through and can guide you through the process so you can be successful. Also, you'll have somebody there who can critique your work, help you gain an understanding of the industry, the history of the industry, help you develop respect for the industry. So now that we've talked about why you should get an apprenticeship, let's talk about how you go about doing that. I'm just going to throw this out here as a disclaimer. Beware of tattoo schools. They are trying to take your money, their little piece of paper, their diploma. It means absolutely shit for the industry. So, that being said, don't do that shit. Go get an apprenticeship. Do it the right way. Alright, so how do we get an apprenticeship? The first thing I would recommend for you to do is to objectively assess your current art skill level. That's very important because once you can assess that, you'll know where you need to go. I would recommend that you put together an art portfolio of your best work, your most recent work. No one wants to see stuff that you drew when you're in elementary school. I'm talking about the last year, 2 years of artwork. If you don't have one, spend the next year, develop some artwork, put it together in a nice portfolio, make it look professional, and bring it to a local reputable artist that you know, or the local tattoo shop with reputable artists there, and have them critique your work and see where your skill level's at. Once you know where your skill level is, if you have some work to do, maybe spend the next year developing your own interpretations of what you think tattoos should look like. That's a good way for your next mentor, your potential mentor, to assess what style you want to do and what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, and where you can go from there to become a better artist. It's also helpful for you to maybe do some research. Find artists that you like and set a goal to try to get closer to their skill level before you actually set foot in the tattoo shop and ask for that apprenticeship. Okay guys, so we got our critique right. The next thing you want to do is set some goals for yourself so you can start leveling up your skill level. What you want to do is develop a work schedule for yourself. And you gotta hold yourself accountable here. If you say you're gonna do a drawing a day, do a drawing a day. If you're gonna do 2 drawings a day, do 2, and so on. But what's most important is that every day you're putting one foot in front of the other and making progress towards that goal. Because the more mileage you put on your pencils and paintbrushes, the more foreseeable progress you're gonna make. You're gonna level up fast. You're gonna level up real fast if you're consistently moving towards the goal. Okay, so we've got our work schedule, we've got our goals set. You're working every day, producing artwork. Another thing that you might want to consider is what style is it that you're going to want to do when you start tattooing professionally. So maybe spend some time, do some research on the industry, figure out all the styles that exist, and try to find the ones that you like the most. Is it illustrative? Is it color realism? Is it black and gray realism? Is it new school? Neo-traditional, traditional? Figure it out. Find out what it is that you emotionally respond to. Whatever that is, that, in my opinion, is something you should pursue relentlessly. And that brings me to the next thing that I want to talk about with you guys. And that is, how do you want to approach your tattoo career? There are two ways that you can go about it. You can either, take the one-punch method, which is just focusing on one style of tattooing and excluding all the others and committing all your energy into going hard at leveling up on this one thing and just becoming a master at it and trying to be the very best person or best artist that you can be in this one style. Or you can do the jack of all trades method. And that would be to, try to level up all styles at the same time, simultaneously. And that's a lot more difficult and it's a lot more slower going, because the one-punch method, as I call it, you focus all your energy on this one thing. And since you're doing that, since you're putting so much time and effort into just developing one style, you're going to progress. You're going to level up at an exponential rate. It's going to be so quick. Still going to have to bust ass, but you're going to level up very, very fast. With the jack of all trades method, all styles are going to progress simultaneously and very slowly. But if you can get to that high level, eventually that's also going to pay off too. So it really depends on you. There's multiple ways to get to the top. It just depends on what your individual idea for yourself is and what you want to do. All right, guys. So you're spending your time developing your skills. You're putting together an art portfolio for yourself. This portfolio is crucial. So I recommend trying to exhaust as many different avenues as possible for learning art. So I recommend reading as many books as you can on the topic. Go to art school, take as many classes as you can. Get that under your belt. That's going to do nothing but benefit your career. Dive into YouTube. There are plenty of art instructors on YouTube nowadays. Painting, drawing, human anatomy, it's all there. It's all free. It's all useful information for yourself. Okay, so now we've got our portfolio done. It's taken however long it's taken you to make it. How do we actually go about the process of getting this apprenticeship? So there's the direct approach, which is going into your local shop and bringing your portfolio, asking to speak to the owner or a specific artist that you've already researched based on their skill set or whatever style it is that they're proficient in, and asking for an apprenticeship. Or there's the more indirect path, and depending on the shop, some of them may require this. You may have to spend time as just a shop hang around and getting to know the artist and letting them get to know you and your personality and trying to show them your level of commitment to becoming an apprentice. Another option for you guys to get your foot into the door of the tattoo shop is to work as counter staff. That is working at the front desk, talking to clients, answering phones, scheduling appointments, cleaning the shop, and doing anything else that they need you to do to help the business run efficiently and smoothly. Alright, so we spent time hanging around the tattoo shop, cultivating relationships, and you've now been offered your apprenticeship. Congratulations. But we have to take into consideration if the apprenticeship is free or not. If the apprenticeship is not free, and they want a certain amount of money from you, you have to make sure you protect yourself with a contract. The contract is going to ensure that all the things that you're asking for your apprenticeship are going to be fulfilled. You're going to get the education that you need in order to be successful in the tattoo industry. If your apprenticeship is free, that's great. But you also have to understand that that comes with a certain level of work, a ridiculous level of work, actually. If you're getting all this for free, you're essentially getting handed the keys to the rest of your life. So you need to take that seriously and appreciate that. Appreciate the gravity of the situation here. And bust your ass. That means whatever needs to be done, get on it. You shouldn't have to be told. After your first month of apprenticing and you know what your day-to-day duties are as an apprentice, you should be on top of them. No one should have to tell you to take out the trash or to mop floors or to keep the bathroom clean or to break down and set up stations. You should know. You should be on top of it, and you should be efficient. You should be expeditious in your processes every day. You should be ruthless and relentless and moving forward towards your goals. So that leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about with you guys, and that is what are some things that you can expect as an apprentice. Like I was saying earlier, you definitely can expect a lot of hard work. So a lot of physical labor. You're going to be cleaning all day, every day, mopping, sweeping, setting up and breaking down stations, cleaning the bathroom. Let's see, what are other things? Customer service. You're going to learn cross-contamination prevention. You're going to learn sterile practice. You're going to learn design. You're going to learn composition. You're going to learn public speaking skills. There are endless amounts of information to process during this time as an apprentice. Other things you can expect as an apprentice, you can definitely expect a little bit of hazing. So if you got thin skin, this industry might not be for you. People are going to push your buttons. They're going to test you. They're going to test your resolve and see how bad do you want to be a tattoo artist. So that means if you got to do something humiliating, suck it up. We've all been there. We've all had to do that shit. Bite down, do what you got to do, pay your dues, and make it through this. So you might be wondering, how long do tattoo apprenticeships typically last? And the answer to that question is relative. It depends entirely on you. It can last as long as you make it last. It depends on how fast you're able to grasp, process, and apply new concepts. How fast can you get to the next level? All of this is on you. The ball is in your court. It can last a year, it can last 2 years, it can last 3 years. How fast can you learn? How fast can you put this together? Alright, so that wraps up today's talk about how to become a tattoo artist. I hope you found this informative. If you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on social media at right there, So, love, peace, and happiness.